Hey, what's going on, Card Pack? Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 hottest selling football cards over the last week. So we'll be looking at which cards had the most sales. So which ones were in the most demand, really important to know. And there's some important things to see, so stick around. A few reminders for you. The audios from these YouTube videos you can find on the podcast, link for that in the description. To get the picks from these videos before the videos get published, join the Card Pack newsletter. It's free. And of course, to get my best sports card pick of the day and join our private Discord, which I think is easily one of the best in all sports card investing, join the Sports Card Society. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year. It's like 40 cents a day maybe. And you get access to the membership area where I put up a new video almost every day of my top sports card pick. I show the card. I show all the data and research as to why I really like that card and what I plan on doing with it. Am I going to flip it in a month? Am I going to hold on to it long term? Am I going to flip it in a few months? What do I plan on doing with it? Some previous examples are this Kyler Murray here. We're getting it for a little over $200 in February. Here it is going for upwards of $400 in March. Chipper Jones, 70 in January, 225 in March. Kobe, well, apparently I got to verify myself there, but this LeBron, 175 in January, 645 in February. I mean, lots of good stuff going on there. With picks like this, I don't know why you're not a member of the Sports Card Society. I mean, if all you do is buy this LeBron, and it's at 645 in February, I think it's actually more now, that way more than pays for your membership for the entire year. And think about all the other cards you get. So that's just something to think about. Link for a Sports Card Society in the description, SportsCardSociety.com. Here we are in the Market Movers tool. I went to sales volume by card, pulled up football in the grade PSA 10 because the whole market starts at the PSA 10 price. And number one on the list is Sam Darnold. And I want to remind you, I really, really want to get to 3,000 subscribers. Please help me do that. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified when these videos come out because timing really matters. And just because you're really awesome, please hit that like button. Thank you. So Sam Darnold is number one on the list. His 2018 Optic base with 27 sales on the week, pop count of only 385. It hasn't really changed in price, it looks like. Let's pull up the chart for it. Let's take a look. Again, I've been saying if you watch my other football videos, this is football buying season. This is the time to buy football because, the draft is at the end of this month, and that's really going to start kicking off prices. Like a lot of players' cards will kind of take a step up in terms of value. Like there'll be a nice little spike, and typically it sustains that. And then as more hype and more news builds throughout the off season, since from the draft onto the preseason and season, the cards just tend to go up. And as we get closer to the season, they really start to kind of escalate in their acceleration of value. I feel like I used some good words there. Sam Darnold, 2018 Optic base, he got traded to the Panthers. It's not a guarantee to me that he's going to start there. So this is interesting. It doesn't make. I mean, obviously, when a player gets traded like this, like a quarterback gets traded, or goes to a new team, their cards are always going to see a spike. So this card started the week at 125, went to 147, then laid a sale 142.5. Let's pull him back 30 days, because I think when did the trade happen? Yeah, I think the trade happened. Well, here this card was $70, 30 days ago, excuse me. And then here it is at 142. So Sam Darnold would have been a good investment, but you couldn't have known that he was going to get traded. But nonetheless, he was here's one going for 120 on the 30th of March. So this is an interesting one. Let me pull this back even further just because. 60 days. By the way, this Market Movers tool, by far most important thing I use in sports card investing. It makes me a lot of money, really, and saves me from making a lot of mistakes and losing a lot of money. So I'll put a link for this in the description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. So $96, interesting, $96 60 days ago. So it hasn't really gone up a ton, this Optic base. So I would not be a buy on this. I think I'd be a hold on it, and I'd probably be looking to sell it somewhere around the preseason. Number two on the list is also Sam Darnold, 2018 Prism. Pop count of 1,074. 26 sales on the week, up 11%. Let's pull up this chart. So to start the week, he was at 170. To end the week, he was at 240. So that's a decent little gain. Again, pop count of 1,074. If you don't know what pop count means, it means this card in the grade PSA 10 in this example, there's 1,074 of them in existence. You have pop count of a PSA 9, BGS 9.5, SGC 9. Pop count is of that card in whatever grade we're looking at. His Prism obviously going to be his most popular common rookie. So let's pull this thing back 60 days. It's had a nice little gain. Obviously, here's where it took off. 140 at the end of March, and then it's bombed up to 250. So that's a pretty good gain. I would be a hold on this. I would be a hold on that also, not a buy, because I think that spike just happened, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what happens through the offseason for these players. Like, you'll see a spike like that, like you just saw on the chart, and then he'll probably, for the most part, sustain that price. And then as the season progresses, there'll be more little spikes like that, and by the time the season starts, it'll be a really nice gain from now. Deshawn Watson, 2017 Silver Prism, pop count of 2,035, 25 sales on the week, and down 17%. Deshawn Watson, again, not someone that I am buying right now. This card to start the week was at 634, latest sale 572. Let's pull it back 60 days. Let's pull back 90 days. So this card 90 days ago was about 850, hit a high of 1,500 on the 16th of February, just a couple days after Valentine's Day. And it has been going down ever since, I think. And then here's where it spiked up a bit around mid-March. Got back up to 1,300 because the card went up all high. Then it went down some, and then the market said, all right, that's low enough. Hit about 1,000. Let's buy it back. And then the accusations, allegations, etc. have come out. And now it's just been down. So now it's down to $572. I feel bad for this guy. $1,500, and a month and a half later, this thing is at a third of that price. And right now, I'm not buying him. No way. I don't think I need to explain that much. Until this stuff clears up or whatever happens, I don't see any reason why these cards go up. So I'm either a hold or a sell. But it's down so low now, I don't know how much lower it goes. But maybe you still just get it out of your hands and put the money in something else. Number 4 on the list, Justin Herbert, his 2020 Prism base. Pop count of 646, huh? Anyways, 23 sales on the week. I just didn't realize it had gotten that high. I guess from December till now, that makes sense. 23 sales on the week. Let's pull up this chart. Coffee. Started the week at $996, hit a high of $1,200, latest sale of $1,000. So this $1,200 sale seems a little suspicious to me. I don't know why someone paid that much. Let's pull this, but with that being said, I'm going to pull this back 60 days. I still am probably a buy on this card. Let me take a look. 60 days. So it's been pretty flat for 60 days. That's kind of what I would expect this time of year. Let's pull up his chart. There's a number for sale. Let's go to buy it now. See what we're seeing. $1,200 or best offer. I like the or best. I think that they would gladly take. I think you can probably get this for between $1,000 and $1,100, which I think is a pretty decent price because look, it's been pretty flat around that. Around $1,050, and I dig that because it's just a matter of time before this card starts going up. I mean, again, the NFL draft is happening. The end of the month, and there's watchers on these cards. I mean, and with that being said, maybe an auction is a better route. One ends today in 8 hours. I'd really keep an eye on that. One is ending tomorrow sometime. Well, yeah, I suppose that would be tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm a buy on this. I'll put a link in the description for this card because Justin Herbert, his cards are going to go up. He's had I think, the best rookie quarterback season of all time. And I don't see any reason. Anyways, there's still going to be a lot of hype about him. And I see these cards really going up. His cards really going up by the time the season rolls around. So I just think that's a good buy. I think he's one of the safest ones you can get in on. He's young. He's got everything going for him. He had an excellent rookie season. He's going to have a lot of hype. He's young. He's going into his second year. It's everything the market wants to dump money into. Number 5 on the list, Lamar Jackson, is 2018 Donruss, pop count of 2773, 21 sales on the week, down about 6.5%, it looks like. So this card started the week at 182 and then had this big jump to 330. That's not a real sale. I can't count that one. 338, that doesn't make any sense. 170, so it looks like I'm going to say 170 was the latest sale. This is a card that I would probably be a buy on also. Let me pull it back 90 days. Again, pretty flat, but it's starting to kind of work its way up. You can see here over the last 30 days, kind of working its way up because it was down here about 137. Here it is, easily going for about 170. That's a pretty good gain. I expect it to just kind of keep ticking up like that with its moments of boom, a little step ups like we saw with Sam Darnold there, because things will happen. They'll sign somebody, the team will make a move, Lamar Jackson will have a good article come out, stuff like that. And it just starts to drive these prices up. And you can just see all the way actually from back here, it's just been kind of going up, but it really kind of much more noticeable as of 30 days ago. But the bottom looks like it was back here around 112 in February, which makes sense because that was right around the Super Bowl. He was out of the playoffs for a couple weeks at that point. And this card, not real spendy, but I could see this card being $300 plus by the time the season rolls around. So yeah, I'm a buy on this one. Let's go to eBay real quick and see what we can find. Lamar Jackson, he had the MVP season the year prior. 189 looks like the lowest we see here. 199, 199, 200. I wonder what they got going on for auctions. I got some auctions. There's an auction going on. That would be done in like 2.5 days. But yeah, he did that. Plus, they made the playoffs. They did well. They actually won a playoff game. So Lamar Jackson doesn't have much for like receivers. You could argue, he's not the best throwing quarterback in the league. He's not the worst. He's got one of the strongest arms, and that's something he's definitely working on. And plus, he just doesn't have really the receiving core to really make a difference. So, watch. They draft a receiver, they sign a receiver, you watch. You're going to see his cards go boom, because I guarantee they're going to address that. So I'm a buy on this card, on Lamar Jackson in general. Kyler Murray next on the list is 2019 Donruss, pop count of 2819, 17 sales on the week. This is a card that I recommended to the Sports Card Society weeks ago, and we've been getting some really nice gains. We were getting this card for around $100, and look, the ending average here is 171. We've been doing good on that one. I still think it's a good buy. Pop count of 2819, started the week at 175, latest sale of 165. But check this out. So I recommended it to the society back in early February because, like I said, we were getting it for around $100, just a little over. Here it is, $108. 90 days ago, this card is $106. And it's worked its way all the way up to a high sale, $184. And again, the latest sale being $165. That's a pretty good gain there. At $165, if you got it at $100, 65% gain. This is a card that I really pushed pretty hard to the Sports Card Society. I know a good number of them bought it. I bought a good number of them. I had a good number of them. I was buying them in even before this. But anyways, Kyler Murray, he had a fantastic year last year. There's going to be a lot of hype for him coming in. Plus, they signed J.J. Watt. I know he's not on the offense, but J.J. Watt's a very popular player. That helps their defense. It just helps add some clout to their team, and that's always good for any players' cards that are on that team. I'm still definitely a buy on this. Look at this beautiful chart. Just going up. I don't see any reason why that stops until the season. This is just a really good one. This is one of my favorites. Let's go to eBay real quick. Let's see what we can find for sale. 176 seems to be the lowest. I don't hate that price at all. 180, I don't hate that price at all. Because this card, again, I think it's going to be a $300+ card by the time the season rolls around. I think and I'm being conservative with that. It could be $400. So I'm definitely a buy on that one. I'll put a link for that one in the description. Next on the list, Daniel Jones, 2019 Prism. Pop count 1863, 15 sales on the week. Looks like it's up 1.5%, so that's not really much of anything. Not that matters right now. This card started the week at 196, latest sale of 186. Pop count 1863. Let's pull it back 60 days. Overall, what a beautiful chart. This is another card that I recommended to the Sports Card Society several weeks ago. We were getting it for, I think we were getting it for around 150, I think. And right now it's going for, around 200. So that's pretty solid. Let's see what this PSA 9 is going for. Let's do a little bit of technical analysis here. See if we can find a deal. So his 9 and his 10 have gone up about the same amount in the last 60 days. Interesting. Let's pull the BGS 9.5 into the equation. I love that about the Market Movers tool, being able to do this. I can pull other players into and other cards. I just love being able to visualize this data like that. That's why I say this is the most important thing I use. Like, if you're not using a tool like this and you are claiming to be at all serious about sports card investing, you need to have this tool. There's just no way about it. Like, you are robbing yourself and making crap loads of mistakes and missing out on lots of money by not having this tool. Again, link in description. Use code SOCIETY, 20% off your first month of your first year. Looks like everything's been growing about the same. I mean, the BGS 9.5, again, about 40-some%. The 9 and the 10, about 40-some%. And by the way, this technical analysis that I'm doing, it can go a lot deeper. And what I ended up doing was I put together a course called the Delta Factor to really use these charts to learn how to really, really use them to find massively undervalued sports cards. I put together this course, about 7-8 videos, about 3-4 hours of content. I also put some bonuses in there. You get a free month of the Sports Card Society and an entire year of the private Discord. I'll be taking those bonuses away soon. Not going to leave them up forever, but this is an excellent course. If you want to learn how to find more sports cards to make money with, like really, really undervalued ones. I mean, that's how I was able to know that this LeBron was way undervalued. That's how I was able to know that this Kyler was undervalued, this Chipper Jones, this Kobe, but you don't see it. Anyways, Kobe we were getting for like one. I don't know why they want me to verify this, but that's how I was able to find this stuff and many, many other things. So check out the Delta Factor. Link for it in the description. But Daniel Jones, overall, I think any of these are a good buy. Let's go to his 10 though on eBay. And by the way, if you're still watching, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, baby. Help me get to 3,000. I pump these things out every day, hell or high water. Put in a lot of effort. Please give me a subscribe and a like. So let's see here. Where's the actual 10? No, that's not a bad card though. 209. That sounds about right. What did we say the last one went for? 186. 206. That might have just been kind of a chili dipper. If you've ever seen the movie Tin Cup, that's where I get that from. A little chili dipper. I expect these to just continue going up. There was a nice jump here because they signed Kenny Golladay. And that's what happens. Again, that's what happens in the offseason. Like these players, something hype-worthy will happen, and their cards will take a jump. And then they'll just kind of sustain it and just grow kind of slowly. But every so often, they'll get these big jumps in the offseason when something happens with them or their team. If something bad happens, boom, like Deshawn Watson goes down. But fortunately for these guys, the up pumps are more common than the downs in the offseason. During the season, that's a different story because of injuries. But 209, I don't hate it. I was hoping to find it for under 200. But again, I think this is going to be a $350, $400 card by the time the season rolls around, so it doesn't really matter. Ending soonest. Let's check out the auctions. 99 cents. No, that's not it. 29. So there's some stuff going on. I'll put a link in the description to it. I think it's definitely worth checking out. This is a card I recommended to the society, and we've already made some money off it. I expect it to keep going up. Next on the list, Josh Allen, 2018 Donruss, pop count of 1139, 13 sales on the week. Let's pull up his chart. I bought a couple of these this week because Josh Allen is someone I'm very high on in this offseason. He rocked it last year. I mean, he was an MVP candidate. He made it all the way to the AFC Championship game and damn near beat the Chiefs. Started the week 272, had a high sale of 284, latest sale of 269. Let's pull it back 90 days. So obviously he was in the playoffs here, and then it took a dip down to about 200. And then it went up to about 275, and it's just kind of sustained that. I expect this to really start taking off very soon, but that's why I bought it this week, because it's gone up slightly, but it hasn't really seen a big tick yet, and I know it's coming. I know several are coming. It's Josh Allen. This is easily going to be one of the most hyped quarterbacks in the offseason because he rocked last year. He rocked. He had a huge breakout, and he really, really performed. So I really like this card. I really like Josh Allen in general. Let's pull up his eBay here. Let's sort this stuff. Looks like our lowest PSA 10 is going for $275. I think that's a pretty decent price. 43 sold, so this guy must have several. But then the next one after that is $299. So when these are gone, all of a sudden $299 is the best one in town. Anyways, $275, I like that. I like that price. I'll put a link in the description for that card. I like Josh Allen. I think he's going to do really, really well. And he's going to do well, but I'll probably sell him before the season starts. Dwayne Haskins, 2019 Select Concourse, pop count of 119, 13 sales on the week. I really doubt I'm buying this one. I don't believe in Dwayne Haskins at all. I really don't. Pull back 90 days. 90 days ago, this card was $22. Then it went to 65, 67 right now. Latest sale, 35. I don't see any reason why anyone would invest in him. He seemed like an idiot, too. He seemed like an idiot. He got to come in and play. And what did he do during COVID? Went out and partied at a nightclub or a strip club or something with his buddies. What a effing idiot. Oh, he's a young kid. I don't care. You don't get to mess up like that. You work your whole life to get to this level, and you're so dumb you go do that. And he was terrible at playing. So I'm not a fan of Dwayne Haskins at all. Not even a little bit. I think his career is over. I don't think you ever hear shite about Dwayne Haskins again. So I'm definitely a sell. Get it off your hands. Go get your $35. Get rid of this if someone will even buy it. Carson Wentz, 2016 Prism Silver, pop count of 658, 11 sales on the week, up about 5%. Pulling up the chart. Started the week at 616, ended the week at 650. Carson Wentz is someone that I've recommended to the Sports Card Society. Obviously, he got traded back here. That's what gave him a really nice tick up. And he kind of came down. Now he's been ticking up ever since. So 90 days ago, he was $334. Now he's going for $650. I expect this to continue going up. He's got one of the best offensive lines in football. He's got Jonathan Taylor behind him. I think their receivers are decent. I really like Michael Pittman. They drafted him last year. I think he'll be pretty good. T.Y. Hilton is still there, but he's certainly in the twilight of his career. Who they got at tight end? Not sure who they have at tight end, but watch them draft a receiver or some offensive playmaker, and you're going to see Carson Wentz cards go boop, boop, or an offensive lineman or anything to help Carson Wentz, boop. That's what's going to happen. Draft at the end of the month. Watch out. So I'm a buy on this. I see no reason why this doesn't become a $1,000 plus, $1,200 plus card. I don't necessarily believe in Carson Wentz as a player anymore, but he's going to be the starter, and he's going to get opportunity, and he's going to get hyped. So, where is it? Here we go. $699. What's that latest sale? $650. I dig that. I think that's fine because again, I think this is going to be a $1,200 plus card. It just by July, August. So I have no problem with this at all. I'll put a link in the description for that one too. It's just the right time of year to be buying football. And Carson Wentz, that was the last one on the list. If you're still watching, hit that like button, subscribe, help me get to 3,000, and hit that notification bell. But that was the list, and there's a lot of buys on here. Every time you see me make a football video this time of year, you're going to see me with a lot of buys because it's just such a good time. They're at their lows, and they just get to kind of keep going up in the off season leading up to the season. And as hype builds for the football season, which is still, April? So May, June, July, August, before we even start seeing preseason games, September, before we start seeing real games, May, June, July, August. So that's 4 or 5 months. That's the thing, is most people don't have the patience to hold these cards that long. But that's how you can really make a lot of money, is you buy these and you hold them until the season rolls around, and then you get rid of them. Or hold on to the guys you want. We'll do whatever you want, but they tend to take a dip when the season actually starts. Not to mention you have the risks of injuries and stuff like that as the season continues. But that's what I got. And I'll put a link in the description for the cards I thought were worth taking a look at or buying. Looks like there were 6 of them. That's what I got for you today. Leave your comments below what you think of the football season, what plays you're making, what plays you've made that you really that you feel pretty good about, or some sneaky ones especially. That'd be really cool. And if you want to get my top sports card pick of the day, join the Sports Card Society. Again, I make a video with all the data and research here. Good stuff. You get access to the private Discord. Check out the Delta Factor. And, of course, if you don't have this Market Movers tool, you need it. You really, really do need it to do well in sports card investing. You have no idea how much money you're losing and not making. Yes, those are 2 different things by not having this tool. Link is in the description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month or your first year, whichever subscription you choose. But other than that, thanks again for watching Card Pack. As usual, you are awesome. Thank you for watching. Stay classy. I'll see you tomorrow.